we, we are happy to invite Laila Bokhari, who is, in addition to her position as State Secretary here in the Norwegian government, is a political scientist and researcher on political violence, terrorism, and radicalization. She has consulted prominent institutions, NATO, the UN, and other governments, and is also an author. Her two recent books are, one is called Holy Wrath, and the other is called The Future of Pakistan. I'm so pleased to welcome you up here, Laila, for your message. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you. When Malala Yousafzai's father was asked what he had done to get a daughter like Malala, he answered, "Don't ask me what I've done, ask me what I didn't do." And what he didn't do is to cut her wings, was the answer. Now, we all have wings. Some of us fly, and all of us have the possibility of flying. Late last year, the UN Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon, asked the Prime Minister of Norway, Erna Solberg, to co-chair the Millennium Development Goals Advocacy Group, together with Rwanda's President, Paul Kagame. She was happy to accept that task. The Prime Minister, Solberg, my boss, has always had a strong passion for development, for human rights. But more than that, she believed in strong leadership, in leaders with commitment, and leaders who are able to bring issues on the agenda. She believed in leadership and that the voices of all of our citizens should be heard. The advocacy group met on 23rd of January in Davos, where Hannah also was, during the World Economic Summit. At this meeting, they wanted to boost international determination to make the most out of the last 700 days of the Millennium Development Goals. Now, the focus in Davos was on empowering women and girls for the MDG acceleration. In other words, the girl effect. And the girl effect can be multiplied. The group will meet again in Rwanda, in Kigali, later this year, in the beginning of July. And the importance of such a group, says our Prime Minister, is to precisely bring these issues up on the international stage, but on the leadership stage. What do these meetings do? They hold us responsible, they hold politicians and leaders responsible. They make us responsible, but they also create a movement of opinion makers. Makers, not only governments, political leaders, business leaders, opinion makers, civil society, etc. And you're all here representatives of that. The Prime Minister believes that the main priorities in her own MDG acceleration efforts must be on ensuring that all children, girls and boys, but particularly girls, can complete quality primary education, with a particular focus on ensuring that no girls are left behind. She also wants to look at private-public partnerships in this, that we all cooperate on such issues. And also, thirdly, remember that MDG delivery in areas affected should especially be focused on areas of conflict. There should not be, and there doesn't have to be, a lost generation, as we see now in the borders outside of Syria. No lost generation. Finally, I'd like to mention, this has been put on the agenda brutally the last few weeks. Security and safety is an issue which many of us take for granted. Nigeria has blatantly and violently put that on the agenda to all of us. Security and safety, not only in schools, but on the way to schools, must therefore also be put on the agenda. I look forward to the discussion. I'd just like to add a final point. Leadership is about getting everyone on board. Role models, men and women, are therefore important. Malala's father may be the biggest feminist out there, and I know there are many feminists out here as well. So how about inviting every man, every father, every brother with us on this, so we can do this together? These are the leaders that will shape tomorrow, and let's do that together, all of us. Thank you.